Hi everybody. I thought I'd come on here and finish off my video from March 20th, the first live that I got to do. I will be doing more of those soon. I just have to figure all that out. So for now, we're going to do some pre-records. Um, but so the continuation of what that story was. So let's give a little background to what I was talking about during my live. So the background of what I was talking about during the live was that wounded feminine that I had to be presented with. It was pretty intense. I was in a meditation, and where I was in my meditation, I was in a fear space. I was in a claustrophobic fear space, and that turned into a fear space of the negative feminine that I've dealt with. Um, since making that video, I've actually talked to a few different people, my wife and a good friend of mine, Whitney, and they kind of gave me a different perspective to look at that on it, and my wife actually has to sit with me going through this. So she can feel what I'm going through and understand, and she can help me through it, which is great. And the perspective from other people have been amazing too. Um, but the story I was about to share on that live video, so it goes back a little further than that meditation. This is a few weekends ago where I was giving somebody a ride, and the place where I was giving them a ride to, that person helped them secure a car, and they were doing a bunch of work to it, which is great. They called and asked this person if they would stop and get a tire plug kit, and which it's fine. I'm like, okay, but there was some annoyance in my voice because this other person, there's always just chaos. They always bring that chaos to anything, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, okay, this is the chaos that I'm gonna have to deal with, which isn't a big deal, not at all. So we pulled off the highway, and where I pulled off, I knew there was a auto zone down the road. So we went and we are doing that. We are halfway there, and they messaged me and saying they got it taken care of, not to worry about it. And I'm like, okay, do you need anything else? I went out of my way to get off the highway to go do this. I'm like, just let me know right now before I get back on the highway. And they got annoyed from that. So that was already a trigger for both of us. So now we're both triggered. And on my way there, this person was a little farther away. It was like a good 3-hour drive. And we're almost there, and they message, hey, I'm at the hardware store. I'm picking up a few things. I'm going to get the tire patch kit or tire plug kit, and then I'll be there. Should be about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, fine. We weren't far out. And we get there, and I'm just like, hey, since this person's this far out, I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to get a nail out of your tire. It was a screw, but I'm going to teach you how to get the nail out of your tire, and we're going to plug it right away with a tool just so it holds air until this person gets here. So said person calls, hey, it's going to be another 4 to 5 minutes. Now, I had been sitting there already for like 20 minutes, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. You said that 20 minutes ago. And then this person got angry with me. And I was just trying to be funny. It wasn't a big deal. So, and I was doing it for this other person anyways. I wasn't doing it for the person on the phone. And they were taking a personal offense to it. So that we're both triggered, like I said. That person got back to the house, and they were very angry. They flew in really fast, parked on the side of the road, and just squealed the tires as they parked, and got out and started saying some stuff right away. Well, they were angry. So that got me angry because I'm here trying to help out this person, and just it's out of love. I'm not doing it for any reason other than that I'd like to teach this person something. And so I'm here and teaching them how to pull something out of their tire and put a plug in. And this other person is just, I'm sorry, I'm not using names or anything like that. I'm just trying to be vague. This other person is just mad, yelling, saying little things, just, and I'm not mocking them. I'm just using that as an example. And finally, they started walking up the driveway, and I'm like, can I just have the plug kit? I'll do this. And they're like, no, I got it. Just get off my lawn. And I'm just like, no, we're not doing that. Like, I started this. I'm going to finish it. Just let me help them. And that was not met very well. And so that wounded feminine within me was rising up, and I didn't know that's what it was. I did not know. It was triggering. It was triggering for me because here I am presented with this person who is high vibing with anger. My energy is starting to match up their high vibe of anger, and I really not trying to go there, but I am human. I start yelling back. And I start yelling back to the point where they get up in my face. And they're like, I'm not scared of you. And they get up in my face, and they're wearing these sunglasses that were like a mirror. They were huge, like Oakley style sunglasses, like for skiing. And I saw myself in there. And these were red and yellow iridium glasses. So it looked like fire. So I could see me in this fire, in this rage, and just feeling it all around me just brew up. And it's from a wounded area. It's from that wounded feminine. And I really think that this is where the trigger started, because it was hard for me to step back. It was hard for me to control my anger. So I watched myself react in those glasses, and it was a glimpse of what could have been, not of what happened, because as soon as I saw what could have been, I stopped and I started making jokes and I started being funny. I did start saying shut the F up, but I started singing it. At first I started saying it, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to sing it. So I'm sitting here singing shut the F up, just like an opera singer, just yelling it, just trying to be funny. So as the aspect of that, I really had to calm myself because that angered this person more. And the point of this whole story really is, when it gets down to it, is on my way home, I called my wife and I was very upset. And, I was like, I'm going to listen to some rage music on the way home and just be angry, let that anger out, but no, that is not what I did. I opened up sacred space for myself. I called in good spirits to come stand around me and be with me. I called in my ancestors to be with me, and I called in love, by saying the whole, oh no, I probably just butchered that, but really it's a Hawaiian saying for forgiveness. You forgive, asking for forgiveness for yourself, and then you forgive them. So I basically said, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And I said that over and over and over again in my head while I listened to a song that my wife and I listen to a lot of. It's almost like an opening prayer to something. And I listened to that and just sent that love out there. And once you know it, I started feeling better. I felt amazing, and it was just releasing that wounded feminine that I felt within myself by offering it love. Because this was coming from a wounded feminine place, because this person I was arguing with presents as feminine. So, it was very conflicting for me. And that, I think, really led to that meditation. That's one of the things. There's several others, but that was one of the things that led to the meditation. And, my wife has been helping me through dealing with this wounded feminine space. And so have other friends of mine, like Whitney Hugelmans. She is definitely gave me a different perspective and asked me to take a look at those women who were in my dad's life. Why were they that way? Why did they react the way they did? And send them love back. maybe they were in a very difficult space to be in at the time. Really just change that perspective, change that thought process around you. If you can change your perspective of the world will change around you. And that was a quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer. And that quote sticks with me every single day. I I live and breathe that quote because I changed my perspective of everything around me. So I hope this story has helped. This was a continuation of that video from the 20th. So I just wanted to put this out there, and it's a learning opportunity because I didn't let the anger get the best of me, nor did I listen to some angry music on the way home or have that hate in my heart and that rage. I let it go because I filled myself with hope and love, you know. So I hope this gets out to there to whoever it needs to hear it. And thank you for listening to me. Like, subscribe, share the video, share me. And hey, this weird dude's talking about weird stuff. Check it out. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening today, and have a great day. Namaste.